rulings in his corruption appeal are expected early next year. Court records show the government's brief is due January 30th, with Madigan's reply due February 20th. He has been denied release during the appeal. As Illinois begins requiring early literacy screenings in grades K through 3, some educators are raising concerns about the new mandate. Supporters say the law will identify reading problems sooner, while critics warn it could mislabel students as dyslexic without addressing gaps in how reading is taught. Illinois' statewide 1% grocery tax expires January 1st, but many shoppers will still pay it locally. More than half of Illinois municipalities have adopted their own grocery taxes. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Alan Walters reporting the Elgin News from December 30th, 1925. Loafers' actions create suspicion. A hobo loitering in the grocery store of George Jones at Raymond and J Streets caused the suspicion that he might be a holdup man last night. Jones, fearful of robbery, secretly handed the day's receipts to a customer who left the store and notified police. When Acting Sergeant Frisch arrived, the man had disappeared. Fine prize list for big skate meet. With more than 130 skaters entered and a lavish prize list completed, everything is ready today for the Central States Ice Skating Championship, which will be staged Saturday afternoon at the Upper Lagoon of Lords Park by the Elgin Skating Club. Entries for the big meet close tonight. The new year is being ushered in at the Grove Theater with the announcement by manager Newman that he's decided to cut admission prices at the Grove beginning Sunday, January 3rd. Admission prices on Sundays and holidays will be 15 cents for adults and 5 cents for children. But on all weekdays, both afternoons and night prices will be reduced to 10 cents for adults and 5 cents for children. Manager Newman promises the best pictures obtainable, making the attractions at 5 and 10 cents on a par with 15 and 25-cent houses. Requests for big features will be met at the Grove with the same low admission rate.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.org.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. This afternoon, snow likely with cloudy skies and a high near 22, temperatures falling to around 20, gusty winds up to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, snow before midnight with cloudy skies and a low around 22, temperatures rising to around 24 overnight. Currently, it is 19 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Listen this Sunday afternoon to Handle on the Law.
I know we're at an at-will date, but for making a comment, like, hey, your hair looks good. And then I got a call from HR saying, hey, you know what, you're under investigation. Do I have any recourse?
Were you fired?
No, not yet.
The problem, Eddie, is they can fire you for any reason they want. They literally can wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm a little bored this morning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire Eddie for no reason. Yep, he can do that. Yeah, that's California. Yep, welcome.
It's Handle on the Law this Sunday afternoon from 4 to 7 right here on WRMN.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to WRMN, a political talk show. I am David Tease here filling in for Dennis Sonar Green on Tuesday, January 30th. Day and a half before New Year's Eve, or actually day before New Year's Eve, a day and a half before we start the new year here. Let's get the weather out of the way here. Right now, it is 20, well, actually, they say it's 18 degrees. The real feel it's 16 degrees. Supposed to go down to a low of 23 tonight. I don't see that happening. We're going to have a little bit of snow, a coating to an inch. Otherwise, breezy. Watch for slippery spots. Right now, looking at the radar, it is actually about ready to snow here. Creeping up on us here, so you're probably going to have a little bit of a snowy ride home when you get off work at 5 o'clock. If you're not getting off work already, then when you get off work at 5, you have a little bit of slippery conditions. Be careful, drive safe, take your time. I see a little band that's going to be a little bit heavyish coming in, probably about in the next 20, 25 minutes. Other than that, be safe, drive safe, because you want to start 2026 coming up here. Let's get today's show going on here. I want to talk about a few things today. First of all is we are approaching our New Year's coming up here. Some new things, like you just heard on our little bit of commercial breaks and some news that the 1% sales tax here, or food tax for groceries and all that stuff in the state of Illinois will be expiring, which then again, all the other municipalities have re-upped it again. So we actually lost nothing and we actually gained nothing out of this whole entire thing. So it's going to be the same. So it's going to be more revenue for the municipalities. But for us, it's going to stay the same. Nothing happens. Even though this year in 25, we got a new president sworn in. Joe Biden left the White House and went off to retire or do whatever Joe's doing right now. One of the things is that the new administration came in there, all the new confirmations, with Hegseth and Bondi and Pastel and on and on and on, a list of all these new people that are on all these committees and working with Donald Trump in the country. Some little bright stuff has came out of this whole thing. The stock market looking good. People's 401ks are looking good at this moment. It was a rough start. Food prices have came down this year, considering where they started at the beginning. Not everything. I see eggs are coming down. I've seen milk stay the same. If you're out there shopping, I'm going to give you a little note on stuff. I've seen meat prices go up, and poultry stayed the same. Ice cream stayed the same. I like ice cream. Love my ice cream. Not like if you were an ice cream nut, you don't want to see those prices go up. Eggs have came down. God, what were we paying for that? Oh, about what, $6, $7 a dozen. Now they're at like $3.99. So we'd like to see them go back to their old prices. Like, what were they? $1.50 for a dozen eggs. I do see some places, if you go to Meijer's, you could get a dozen eggs for $1.99, which I thought was pretty good. They weren't in the styrofoam yellow containers. They were in the darker old cardboard type of containers. Hey, $1.99. It's an egg. I don't really care as long as it makes an omelet. So also, too, we're also seeing this year gas prices come down. The average price around this area that I'm seeing is averaging about $2.70 a gallon when we were probably before that $3.25, $3.40-ish, and beginning of this year. So that is coming down, but everything else is still up there. We want to see it come down more because that's the cost of living. Food, clothing. You got to remember, deodorant, shaving cream, all that stuff. All this stuff is the cost of living. And we're still not out of the woods yet. So let's hope 2026 we get out of the woods. Things get a lot better. More jobs. I think we're done being, which we'll talk about here in a second, being taxed in 2025. Wow, what a tax year. We were taxation without good representation, I think, in 25. That's a good word for today. So, hey, if you want to call in and talk to me today about 2025 and politics, feel free to call me at 847-931-1410 or text us at 505-926-1410 or go to YouTube, WRMN/.com. As a matter of fact, I'm going to see if I can load up YouTube Live and see if I can see any comments coming in here today, too. So if you want to talk about anything about 2025 in the political world, let's talk about it, or what your expectations are in the future. That's what I want to know. Where are we going to go from here in 26? Better jobs. One of the things I do know is I've seen a lot more new cars on the road. What about you? Are you noticing that? I'm actually seeing more people driving newer cars, so maybe that's starting to go up. Hope it is. Interest rates have gone down a little bit. Not much is where we want it to. Hopefully that gets a lot better. Hope our paychecks get bigger. We all like to see that. But that being said, let's talk about 2025, what we saw in taxes. Let's talk about local and state. One of the things is, we got some tax raise in the state of Illinois. They hit us. Kane County sales tax hit us. You see, city of Elgin, tax hit us. ECC hit us. And then I think Elgin Township, got a little bit of a little bit more money. So we took a big hit this year with taxes. So why not consolidated elections? Let's see, the big elections coming up here. So Kane County boards, state reps, state senators, congressmen, senators, all those people are up for election and re-election. So as we talked about a couple of weeks ago on this show, you're not happy still. Time to get some people out that have been there for a while that don't care to represent us whatsoever. I got to get 2025 and politics. Hold on a second. There we go. Anyhow, one of the things I like to see a little bit better in Texas is getting some people in there that actually care about us. I think it's time that we see more people that are not career politicians. We need to see people that are blue-collar workers. We need to put people in there that say, hey, I don't want to raise my own taxes. There's got to be other ways. We got to make some cuts. Nobody likes to make cuts, but you got to make cuts. Businesses have to make cuts. Have to make cuts on jobs. We all don't want to do it, but we have to. It's got to end up happening one day. So let's see. Where are all these taxes going? It's a good question. How is it going to help? Are we that far behind? In the state of Illinois, we are in we're in a big, huge deficit. We are way behind. And it seems like every time these new revenues that have came in 2025 and 10 years ago with the taxes, we talked about legalized marijuana a couple of weeks ago. We talked about sports betting. We talked about video poker machines. Those are all new revenues that came into the state of Illinois, and we're still broke. It's not getting fixed. And then we're raising our taxes, and we're still broke. How are we going to get out of that? I don't see it ever coming out of being broke whatsoever. And then they give themselves raises. Lord, that's got to stop too. So that's why I'm saying, get out there and vote. Let's get some people in there. Listen to your candidates. Look them up, research them, send a message. We're tired. We're tired of all these taxes. Like I say, taxation with bad representation is the way I look at it. What else happened this year in politics? Oh, how about this? In 2025, the war in Israel has ended. So far, so good. We didn't think that was going to end here, but it did. So 2025, a war got ended. You know, the border has been closed. So that actually is what people wanted. We still want to see better prices and lower taxes, but later down the road, hopefully that all comes. But like I say, starting to see more jobs come into our country. A lot of like Boeing is getting more plane sales. We got a lot of manufacturing jobs coming back this way. Maybe not in the state of Illinois. I don't blame them for not wanting to come to Illinois to open up a factory or anything. But hey, somebody's got to do something to get it here. But a lot of them are going to other states that actually benefit from them. But the war in Israel, that was a good one. That was a big one. That was something we need to do. So I don't think we're going to see the war in Ukraine in here pretty soon. Hopefully it does, but I don't think it's going to end up doing that. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe something happened tonight. Maybe New Year's Eve. They all put their guns down just before midnight and all come together. But hey, that's for another day too. Locally in this area, things that had happened in Kane County and in the Elgin area. We had a really good 4th of July parade this year. I was in it. I think it was a pretty big one this year, too. A lot of people there. Everybody had flags. Like seeing the American flags out there, too. Crime in Elgin dropped dramatically. Shootings, violent crimes. A lot of that stuff has really dropped down in Elgin. And it's a lot to do with two things. First of all, our police chief and our police department. We're doing such a great job. Working hard, being out there, being vigilant, having good leadership is one of the greatest keys. Having good leadership creates a good team. Look at the Chicago Bears with Ben Johnson. You got a new leader here in Chicago on our football team, and the players believe. They believe in him. They believe in themselves now, and that's what Chief Lowry does with us. She gives those officers leadership, and they believe in themselves, and they believe in protecting the people of Elgin. So crime, that's a good thing this year. Crime has dropped in Elgin. Boy, we could ask for a better 2025 on that one because it's been a quiet, peaceful summer, I think. I didn't hear a lot of shooting, a lot of police cars and all that stuff. So kudos out to you guys, Elgin Police. Keep up the good job. There's so much stuff that has happened around here. It's hard to know. If anybody else could think of any good things, positive things, that's what we want to hear. Because tomorrow night from 8 to midnight, you're going to have Dino hosting the WRMN 1410 AM New Year's Bash here. It's going to be on the air. People coming in, interviews, talking about everything that's gone on in 2025, not only with the city of Elgin and the Fox Valley area. We're going to talk about what's been going on with WRMN. It's been a positive year here for us. A lot of good changes, a lot of new people, a lot of fun shows. A lot of us are glad to be a part of this family. Once again, when you get good leadership like Dean DeLay, we follow. And we're moving in a different direction. So I ain't going to talk too much about that. Just tune in tomorrow. Call in, comment. Doors are open for you guys to come in and talk to us. Also, same thing with in the morning show with Susie C. and Elliot the L Train Serrano. They're going to have an open door policy tomorrow. I'm going to come in the morning along with my daughter, Katrina. She loves being on here. She wants to eat the pine cone candy. Why is beyond me? I don't know. She's got weird taste. But, yeah, they have an open door policy. Come on in, talk about the New Year's. Talk about some of the fun stuff that their morning show has done and memories from the past. As a matter of fact, I won't be spoiling too much about that, but we'll talk about their adventure in 2025 here on WRMN Radio. Oh, so much stuff that has happened for us here. other things that have gone on around here in 2025, we actually seen a dry weather here. Elgin's been really dry. My mom has a lake in the back of her house. Man, is it way, way down. We've had a dry summer, but our crops managed pretty good. I didn't see a lot of destroyed crops out there, so let's hope next 2026 we get the rain we need. Not too much, not too less, but bring it back up to its levels, and be happy that we had blessed weather. We had no tornadoes. We had tornado sirens. As a matter of fact, we just had them last, I can't remember, Saturday night down in Iroquois County and Jasper County. They had tornadoes on the ground. Unusual in January, totally unusual. Hopefully nobody got hurt. I really haven't followed up on that story. Sorry. Should have, but January tornadoes. But like I said, the weather so far in 25, our weather here in this area has been good. I know other places have had hurricanes, earthquakes, and stuff like that. Those are unfortunate. Wildfires in California was another one there too. A lot of houses, a lot of homes, people died. Prayers go out to them with that one. It's Mother Nature. That was Mother Nature, and somebody allegedly started the fires out there. Right now, let's hope weather keeps it up good. We haven't had a blizzard since 2011, so knock on wood, which I see none here. We don't have a blizzard this year, you know. That being said, I could talk about the weather for a long time because I like the weather and everything else that's going on around here. What else has gone on around here? Anybody want to call me and help me out with that one too? We've actually had some interesting good stories in this area. I know for that the fact that we had what happened in Tent City and all that stuff. A lot of those people in 2025 have a warm place to stay. They have they have meals, they have clothing and all that stuff, and being relocated back into permanent shelter. Let's hope that keeps going on. City's working hard to keep that going. That's the great thing about the Elgin people who donated after that happened. One of the things is that it's still a work in progress. It's still going on, but as everything does, it gets better. I got good health right now. Where's the wood? I can't knock on wood on that, so I'm happy about that for 2025. My family's been healthy. Everybody is enjoying life into there. Can't beat that neither. Oh, Christmas was good. I hope your Christmas was good. I enjoyed it. It was a peaceful Christmas. A lot of no major incidents. Everybody's peaceful. See, that's what we want to see out of 2026. I want to see everybody getting together, having compassion, helping out a neighbor, helping out a friend, stranger, make it better. Hopefully we have another quiet Elgin area in crime. I can see that's probably going to look that way. Hope it does. Everything else going on. Bears. What about the Bears? 2025. I don't want to take too much of the sports guy shows, but I am part sports. Bears. There's another one right there. Having a great year this year. 2025 has been great for Bears fans. I know it has been for me. I've been enjoying watching the games. I can't complain about the San Francisco loss. It was a good game. It was a hard-fought game, back and forth all the way to the end. But that's the way the Bears have been this year. That was a loss that I was not mad about. If it was a beatdown, then I would have been upset. But nope, can't be upset about a loss like that. We're still in the playoffs. We are in the playoffs. We're not going to go out of there. I can't wait to listen to the game here on WRMN Radio, 1410 AM. You can watch or listen to the Bears. You can listen to the Bears live. I would probably do that this Sunday, coming on up here when the Bears come on. One of the things that I like to do is on Tuesdays here, normally I don't have a guest. We're going to get really kicking those up after the New Year's because of the holidays. A lot of people out with family doing things, enjoying some peaceful holidays here. going back to interviewing candidates. Now, I want to tell everybody here, if you are a candidate running for office, if it's county, if it's state or federal, or feel free to email me. I'll give you my email address here. It's all lowercase. It's tizo6519@aol.com. Once again, tizo6519@aol.com. What I'll be doing is interviewing all candidates, because here at WRMN Radio, we do not pick sides. We are here to interview all candidates across the political board to get your message out there, to let the people know who you are, what you stand for, and what you're going to do for them, because this is how you get recognized here on WRMN, because we actually cover 1.5 million homes in the Fox Valley area. Our range is, radio range on the dial is really, really wide. And also, too, live on YouTube. People can also watch and see who you are. Put a face with the name. That's a really good plus out there, too. So if you want to be interviewed on WRMN Radio 1410 AM, feel free to email me, and we will set you up with a time. And these interviews will only be on Tuesdays. I know there's going to be some time slot changes coming out here. I don't know what they are. Start the New Year's out with a new setup. So they'll keep you updated what's going on with that. So with that being said, every Tuesdays, we will interview candidates here. Mostly it'll be me, because I like interviewing candidates. I get to know a lot of people by doing that, and we get your message out there. This is a great way for you to get your message out there. And another great way, too, is if you want to, we also have packages here at WRMN Radio. You can reach out to sales here at WRMN Radio here. We have packages for candidates that want to have commercials on our airways to, talk about their platform, their name, where they're going, what they want to do for you. So if you feel free, if you guys want to take out an ad here at WRMN Radio for your candidacy, feel free to call WRMN Sales. You can leave a message, or you could email me, or you could actually reach out to Dean DeLay or Matt McNeil or Elliot Serrato. They will take your calls and then show you the packages that we have. It's a great way, because you got to remember, YouTube goes a long ways, and so does the radio dial here. Like I just told you a little bit ago, 1.5 million homes throughout this area. And I drove around listening to the radio, tested it, got it all the way up to the Wisconsin border, going to Chicago, down by Montgomery, and depending on what kind of car, if you got a newer one with a better radio system, I got all the way out by Genoa and past Marengo, yeah. So in that area, too, a little bit past Marengo. So just remember, you want to do that. Plus, you're a business. You want to get your message out there. Feel free to call in. They got great packages for that. If you're a business, you want to promote your business, get more customers. That's a good way, too, to get your message out there. Hopefully, 2026, we'll talk about, after the commercial break coming up here, we'll talk about how these businesses over the last year, how they're doing, what we lost, what we gained. If you're a restaurant owner or a business owner, you want to call in, 847-931-1410, and tell me, hey, was it good? Was it bad for you? What do you plan on doing better? We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you guys. Feel free to call in. We're going to go to a commercial break here. This is David Tees here at WRMN 1410 AM, Studio 14, downtown Elgin. We will be back after this break, so stay tuned.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by Rain-X. As Illinois begins requiring early literacy screenings in grades K through 3, some educators are raising concerns about the new mandate. Supporters say the law will identify reading problems sooner, while critics warn it could mislabel students as dyslexic without addressing gaps in how reading is taught. Illinois' statewide 1% grocery tax expires January 1st, but many shoppers will still pay it locally. More than half of Illinois municipalities have adopted their own grocery taxes. As former House Speaker Michael Madigan spends the final days of 2025 in federal prison, the next filings in his corruption appeal are expected early next year. Court records show the government's brief is due January 30th, with Madigan's reply due February 20th. He has been denied release during the appeal. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/investor day.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, a chance of snow with cloudy skies and a high near 22. Tonight, snow before midnight, cloudy with a low around 22. Temperatures rising to around 24 overnight. Tomorrow, a chance of snow showers in the morning, then snow likely. Cloudy with a high near 28. Currently, it is 19 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/investor day.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to a political talk show here on WRMN Radio, 1410 AM, Studio 14, downtown Elgin here on a Tuesday, January 30th. We are a day and a half until the new year comes in, just about. Get that camera going. Okay. here's some new things we should talk about for a little bit. All the new laws that are going to be coming here in Illinois. Yeah, I'll give you the top 26 noteworthy laws taking effect in 2026, starting with health and wellness. Let's go through a few of these. HB 3248 requires insurance cover medically necessary laser hair removal for gender affirming care. Let's see, HB 3489 allows pharmacists to dispense contraceptives, including emergency contraceptives, and requires medical coverage. Insurance coverage required for molecular breast imaging or breast MRIs when medically necessary. That's a good law. That's one that needs one. Here's another good one, too, I like. SB 0073 requires baby food manufacturers to test monthly for heavy metals, including arsenic and lead. That is a good law because lead is in water, depending on where these these places are at in Illinois. I don't know if we have any baby food manufacturing companies in Illinois. If we do, let me know. You can call me at 847-931-1410 or text us at 926-505. I think I got it backwards. Anyhow, just call me. How about that? 847-931-1410. Another Illinois law here. I think it was 505-926-1410. That's it. I have it in my head. Sometimes I forget. Another new law here. SB 0727 requires Illinois to adapt federal PFAS, drinking water standards, and mandate sampling for 1.4 dioxane in water supplies. Got to protect our water because I am a plumber, and plumbers protect the health of the nation. Let's see. Going through a couple of these laws. Here's one. SB 2672 requires insurance companies to cover brand name drugs when generics are unavailable due to shortages. That's a good one. I like that. Let's see. Oh, this is another good one, I think. Let me know if it is. HB 773 prohibits discriminatory use of AI in employment. Another one here is SB 0212 will require employers to provide paid breaks for nursing mothers to pump breast milk. You know, that's something else I've noticed this year. Maybe shopping or going around the stores and stuff like that. I haven't seen a lot of pregnant women this year. I don't know if we're not focusing on having children this year, and if I'm the only one that's not noticing or is noticing that, feel free to speak up out of that one if I'm wrong. Let's see. This is another good law here, too, in the education part here. HB 3000 requires school districts serving students grades 6 and up to have a national suicide prevention lifeline, the crisis text line, and the Safe to Help Illinois helpline on all employee IDs. That's it. That's a good one. That's one right there. Another one here is HB 3039 allows 7th and 8th graders to enroll in high school level courses for credit. Excuse me. We're going through the education because everything is actually broken down here at the top 26. Excuse me again. That we should know about. Let me see. I read it. What? Okay, here, SB 1920 directs the Illinois State Board of Education to develop statewide guidance on AI use in schools and to comply educational materials about the benefits of American Sign Language. It's not bad for people to learn sign language. It is technically, to me, another language like Spanish and French and German right there. Let's see, another one. Let's get into crime. Criminal justice. HB 1302 strengthens procedures and expands rights for victims of sexual assault and domestic violence. That's a good one that has to happen there. Here's it. This is a weird one. I don't know. You tell me what you think of this one. HB 2548 bans the sales of self-administrated sexual assault evidence collection kits. That one doesn't make sense to me. Someone could explain that to me. He says that people that are sexually assaulted can't have their own evidence collection kits. Isn't that like people do their own COVID testing? You can't have your own sexual assaulted evidence kits? Maybe because it won't hold up in a court of law. I don't know. SB 0008 strengthens requirements for firearms to be placed in a secured, locked containers when they are located in areas where children could access them. The bill also requires gun owners to report a firearm stolen within 48 hours instead of 72. I always thought it was 24 hours. Okay, so that cuts down the time, which that's a sensible law. This is another good one I kind of like here. SB 0024 bans waiting periods requirements before filing a missing person report. I like that one because the fact is you got to be missing for 24 hours before you can actually consider them missing when you might notice something has gone wrong with somebody on the phone conversation ends. The time is critical when you think somebody is missing, if they were abducted or if they're people with dementia or lost out there, don't know where they're going. We've had cases where college kids got a little bit too intoxicated and ended up wandering off and falling into lakes and stuff like that. So I think that law is a good law right here in the state of Illinois. This is another good one. I really do like this one. SB 1563. The measure will allow police more authority to remove squatters from properties they have no legal title to. Squatters will, in most cases, be treated as trespassers, making it possible for police to remove them immediately upon receiving complaints. Yeah, that's a problem that is being addressed now. A lot of people have that going on where their house is up for sale. They move, or somebody moves into there and you can't get them out, and you got to do the eviction process. It's a long, lengthy, legal, costly thing for a homeowner onto that. Transportation. HB 2751 prohibits the sale of cars by car dealers in locations other than their dealership. I've seen that. Prohibits the sales of cars by car dealers. Okay, so that clears you. If you want to sell your own car, you can still do that. They're just talking about dealers trying to sell cars out of their front yard. I don't know. Let's see here. This is an interesting one here. SB 1507 requires UIC to conduct a safety review of traffics on DuSable Lakeshore Drive, including crash data and potential AI camera implementations. Let's see. SB 1883 prohibits obstructing vehicle registration plates with tape or other devices. I did not know that had to become a law. I thought it was a law already. Who knew? These are various laws here we're into. HB 1615 allows courthouses to display the U.S. flags on the grounds rather than exclusively on the roof. Okay. I did not know you could. I didn't know that was a law that you couldn't do. See, these are new ones to me. HB 4439 designates the soybean as the official state bean of Illinois. I thought it was already. Could be wrong on that. I was on a trivia question with that. Let's see. Ooh, this is an interesting thing here. SP 0618. This bipartisan law makes a host of changes, including making cocktails to go permanent in the state. The bill will also allow more Illinois distilleries to self-distribute their products and craft breweries to offer rewards and loyalty programs like mug clubs for customers. I didn't know they couldn't do that. SB 1950 allows for physician-assisted death, making Illinois the first Midwest state to legalize medical aid in dying. The law won't take effect until later in 2026 to allow time for health officials to put processes and protocols in place. I don't know about that one. That was one I was really, I don't know. I don't know. That's just one I'm just not really a big fan of, because of the fact is that it was illegal with the Dr. Kevorkian thing and all that stuff to do that. And now all of a sudden, why is it physicians who are actually sworn to save lives are now making decisions to assist and assist the ending of life? It doesn't make sense to me. That's something to watch. They're saying that this law won't take effect until later 2026 to allow time for health officials to put processes and protocols in place. That's something we should be watching and checking into, what these protocols and processes are going to be. If I was a family member and, one of my family members wanted to end their life, but, there's so many things that could happen overnight, the next day to, might find a cure, I know there's a lot of people suffering with cancer and other type of illnesses and diseases, and I know it's a struggle. I know it's a struggle for them and the whole family. That's just one I'm not a really big fan of whatsoever. It goes against a lot of things that we were against in the past, and now all of a sudden it's okay to do it. I think that's a lot that could be manipulated in many different ways. So, but it has to be done by a physician. Who knows? I don't think if I was the doctor, I don't think I'd want to do that. Would you? I would want to assist somebody into ending their life. I could have lived with myself if I actually ended up having to do that if I was a doctor. But I'm not a doctor. I'm a plumber, so I don't have to ever deal with that decision. But that's going to take a lot of effect on people in the future as to, especially doctors having to make that decision. And hopefully it's done the right way. So we'll find out probably in the mid of 2026 where it's going to go, what the laws are, what the rules are, So those were your top 26 stuff. I don't really see any crazy stuff. I'm sure there's more crazy stuff. There's hundreds of new laws that take effect in 2026. A full list of what you should know here. Let's see if we could. I like the one that's about the gun owners and making sure they're locked up and then reporting the gun stolen within 48 hours instead of 72. I get it. They're not taking gun rights away from people, which is your Second Amendment. You're allowed to, and the requirements for filing for missing persons reports. Baby food formula, that's another good one. I'm just kind of like going to go through here. The squatters' laws, I think is actually a good one. Let me see here. I'm trying to scroll through to see what else we got. Any crazy ones here? Obviously, we're always going to have those crazy ones. We went through the 23. Anybody know any crazy laws that are going to be coming up here? The soybean is the official one. Actually, that just went back to the same old ones that I was on. Anyhow, like I said, no crazy ones. I think I know in the state of Illinois you're allowed to have a kangaroo. Full list of here. So I actually went on, Googled it, the new laws out here. If you want to go and Google all the new laws that might affect you. But I kind of like some of the good ones that are actually coming up here in 2026. Let me see. I'm trying to see any other weird ones that are coming up here. Here's one, HB 0850 provides that if a FOID card applicant is determined to pose a clear and present danger to themselves or others, the state must deny the applications or suspend or revoke their FOID card. Requires the FOID card review board to establish an expedited review process for appeals. Okay. Which is a good law right there. One of the things too is here's another one here. HB 1278 prohibits an employer from retaliating in any way against an employee if the employee used employer-issued equipment to record a crime of violence committed against the employee. That's a good one. That protects them, you know. What else do we got here? I mean, I'm sure with all these new hunters ones, there's some probably crazy ones buried into them, which, I mean, there's a lot of them here. Here's one with HB 1302 provides that a defendant may, at any time following a conviction, file a motion to vacate one or more offenses reported to have been committed as a result of the defendant having been a victim of human trafficking. I don't know about that one. I have no idea. There's another one, too. Requires nursing homes to have an automatic external defibrillator by January 1st, 2030. Requires all persons certified to use AED, a defibrillator, to have completed courses in CPR and AED usage. You know, I like that law. I mean, we should have defibrillators everywhere because with cell phones, compared to back in the 70s, when I was growing up, 60s, 50s, you had to go find a phone if there was a car accident or somebody having a heart attack or choking and all that stuff. You were losing time. Now you got a cell phone on you. Bam, you can just put cell phone and boom, you can get 911, and we cut our response time down tremendously since the cell phone came out here. One of the cell phone revolution positives that have came out there that we're taking minutes off the clock now to get first aid and first responders to help out and assist with people with heart attacks and all that stuff. But I do believe on this here thing too that there should be laws that kids, children, and even from grade school all the way to high school should be taught, if they're not already, should be taught CPR, should be taught how to render first aid to anybody who is cut or shot or bleeding or has anything like that. Because you know what, we've heard on the phone 911 calls of little kids that their mom is having a seizure or is not breathing, and they don't know what to do. I'm not saying some of these kids are actually 3, 4, 5. I'm not saying give them CPR, but you know, I think 5th graders, 6th graders, and on up should be allowed to. It should have a right to know about CPR, especially with their little brother or little sister or mom and dad or grandparents that have a problem. I know it. I learned it. I'm just kind of like glancing through. God, there's so many crazy new laws. So if you get a chance, look it up, all these laws, hundreds and hundreds of them. There's a little education for me right there. Like I said here, I'm David Tees here on WRMN, 1410 AM, Studio 14, downtown Elgin. I'm filling in for Dennis Sonar Green. And as we said earlier, WRMN Radio is going to be interviewing, it still is, interviewing candidates for the November election coming up here and the primaries. So that way you get to know your candidate, see who they are and all that stuff. So if you are a candidate, no matter what side you're on, we don't pick sides here, but we want to get your message out there. So feel free to email me at tezo6519@aol.com. I can set you up with an appointment. We only do these on Tuesdays because that's the day I get to do it. So it's Candidate Tuesday, I think. And get your message out there. That's what we're here for. We are here. We're the voice of the valley and the talk of the town. We're here to get your message out there. That same thing goes with businesses, too. I know if you're a business out there on Monday mornings on a morning show at 8:30, Susie and Elliot, they do a small business spotlight. So if you guys are actually a small business and you want to get your message out there for a half hour, feel free to call them in the morning at 847-931-1410. And they can probably put you on hold during a commercial break. You get you set up with the schedule. Or you can call the station here and talk to somebody about getting your business on this show in the morning. Because you know what? There's a lot of people that don't know a lot of these businesses out here. I mean, I don't drive around looking for them. And we can't find you unless you tell us where you're at. And what is the best way of doing it? Coming on our show. Coming on their show, sorry. Coming to our station. Come on their show. And let Susie ask you questions about your stuff. And if you're a restaurant or an ice cream shop or a candy shop, they like free samples. Trust me. I know they like to eat. Susie's always happy to have somebody come in with something. I do, but nobody comes here and brings me anything. Nobody brings me and Dennis here anything when we're on. Maybe in 2026 that will happen. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8 to 12, Dean DeLay will be having a New Year's Eve special show. I will be on that special show. My wife Samantha's going to come down here for that too. Some other people are going to pop in. We're going to have some guests on it there. Tune in at 8 o'clock. Watch it on YouTube live, just like we did Nightmare on Chicago Street. We tuned in, watched it on live. Interviewed people. It's going to be a good time. We're going to talk about a lot of cool things that has happened with the station and in the community. So, once again, David Tees here on WRMN 1410 AM, downtown Elgin, Studio 14. Have a great night. Stay warm. Be careful driving home. Lay underneath the blanket. Stream some TVs or movies. And tune in tomorrow, because I will be here. Listen to the morning show with Susie and Elliot at 6 a.m. You're going to love it. You guys all have a good, safe holiday. Stay out of trouble.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started